Buyout alert! Buyout alert! Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. Massive news in the space of Pokemon card investing, and that is the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu is currently being bought out very, very heavily. Both raw copies and graded copies of it are starting to climb rapidly. It's already past its previous all-time high back in September, which was right around $2,200, and now you can find copies going for right around $2,400 to $2,500 for graded PSA 10s, and raw copies are going pretty much back up to around $700 for a raw copy. What is causing this massive climb in the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu prices? It's all because of some news coming out of this company called Meme Strategy. They are a Hong Kong-based company, and when you look at the team, their team is made up of Ray Chan Chin-Ching, Kevin Kwong Toxing, Tony Liu, Alexander Patrick Lee, Chris Chan Chin-Chong, and CK Chan. And I had to look up these people, and they are indeed real people. Ray Chan is the CEO of 9gag, so you guys can understand where these people are coming from. And the reason why the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu is currently being bought out is because they released this story a couple days ago. It's nothing super crazy, but the news is spreading like wildfire. They basically said they want to start buying up a lot of Pokemon cards and creating a tokenized NFT cryptocurrency platform with trading cards at the center of it. If that sounds like something that Logan Paul did a couple of years ago, then you would be right. This is very similar to what Logan Paul did a couple of years ago. In fact, they list his sale of the Illustrator Pikachu as one of the reasons why they're jumping into this space, is because it's such a hot topic item to collect trading cards and how quickly they're going up in price. And what a lot of people are quoting as the reason why you should pick up this card is basically Meme Strategy is saying that they are planning on buying 25% of the PSA 10 Grey Felt Hat Pikachu. And a lot of people are saying, well, if they're going to buy up a bunch of copies of this, I might as well buy a bunch of copies of these before they do, so that one, if this company were to buy them up, then they would have to pay a much higher premium, and I already have a Grey Felt Hat Pikachu, so I don't have to worry about it being way more expensive. The news is spreading kind of like wildfire, like I said, and it's a lot of misinformation. A couple of things is that Meme Strategy is non-existent right now. They really don't have anything. Like, this is their page. They are not really doing anything. This is mainly a lot of smoke and mirrors right now. These guys have not done anything with the space yet. This is all plans. So they haven't done anything. They haven't executed on anything. It's just news on things. Hey, we're planning on doing this stuff. It's all investor talk to kind of raise money, raise capital, and get genuine interest from the public. But right now, a lot of collectors are taking this as, oh, this is for sure happening. These cards are being bought out. I got to get in on this train. It really goes to show you how a small rumor can have such massive effects, especially in this kind of environment where there's so much mania, where a small piece of news can become a massive deal. They are not saying that they want to buy up 25% of all PSA 10 Grey Felt Hat Pikachu, which would roughly be around 12,000 copies of this card. They want to buy up 25% of the currently available market, which is significantly less than the whole entire population of the card. The currently available market of the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu is probably a couple of hundred PSA 10 copies of this, rather than tens of thousands of copies. So they're just saying, hey, we're probably going to buy up, like, I don't know, like 100 copies of this card. But the market, I think, thinks that they are planning on buying 12,000 copies of this card. And so that's what's currently happening. A very, very small, minor story about something that might not even be true. Like, anyone can post an article saying, hey, we plan on doing this, we plan on making these moves, but none of it is set in stone. None of this is currently happening. No company is buying out the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu at all, but it's causing a mania in the market very, very quickly, where a ton of copies of this card is being scooped up. And I think once this story goes wildfire, which it kind of already has, but it's only the start, it's very possible that this Grey Felt Hat Pikachu card could pass over $3,000 in a PSA 10, which is absolutely bonkers. If you have a copy of this card, I would highly recommend, I don't know, like, It might be, if you really want it, then just keep it in your collection. You don't care about whether it goes up and down. But if you don't care, I would say, man, 3,000 is a great deal for this card to sell a copy of it right now, because I do think it will probably go back down, because this story is kind of like a non-story. Nothing is happening as least of right now. Like, nothing is happening, but people are basing on it as if it's massive truth, and they're putting a lot of emphasis behind this company's one single article of meme strategy. Is tokenizing Pokemon cards, and is tech bros and crypto bros jumping into the space really what we're at right now? I think this is kind of a non-story because of this. Because if you wanted this Grey Felt Hat Pikachu, you probably already have it inside of your collection. If you want this card, and I mean you really wanted this card over the past couple of years, you've had plenty of opportunities to pick it up. If you do not have this card inside of your collection, it's probably because you don't want it. You didn't want it. You didn't want it 2 or 3 months ago when it was way cheaper. If you didn't want it then, you absolutely should not be picking it up now just because of this story or this article, or because it's way more expensive. If the only reason that you're feeling like you want this card right now is because it's gone up in price, that's FOMO. That's literally the feeling of FOMO, is you feel like you're missing out on something exciting that's currently happening. And jumping into a card because of FOMO is the last thing you want to do. So if you really want this card, you probably already have it inside of your collection. And if you don't have this card inside of your collection, it's because you probably did not want it, or you could not afford it. Either of those options is completely fine. And if you didn't want it and you can't afford it 3 months ago, you absolutely don't want it and cannot afford it now. So it changes nothing. If you already have this card, then you already have this card. If you don't have this card, then you don't have this card. If you are on either side of that fence, this shouldn't really change your opinion on this card in any way, right? The only people this really impacts is people who are actually experiencing FOMO. It's people that are saying, oh, shoot, this card is so expensive now. I want to ride this wave. If you want to ride this wave, that's the absolute worst thing that you can do. I would never buy a card that has just climbed $1,000 in 3 days. So that's my personal opinion, and that's the story behind the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu. But I think this is just the start. I think it's very possible over the next couple of days, couple of months, and a couple of years for sure, a ton more stories like this are going to come out, where it's basically non-stories, where it's not like they did anything. They didn't actually buy any copies of this card, but it can get a lot of investor bros, especially, caught up in their pants trying to get as much money as possible from the hobby, which is really annoying. That's not what I want to see. I think these cards should stay as collectibles, and I think a lot of people are pushing them to be something that is not collectible. Really unfortunate. Let me know what your thoughts are on this story. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.